and welcome to Training Tuesday, where we go through weekly tips and tricks to make your career just a little bit more awesome. This week we are talking about an important topic, and I also have some pretty big news. So our topic today is all about trusting your gut, that internal guidance system, that little whisper in the back of your head that I talk about all the time saying, hey, you should do more of this, you should do less of that, and how to be able to really clarify what it's saying so that you can make the right decision. Now, the reason this topic has been so on the top of my mind and really important for me to share with you today is because this has been something that's been coming up for me this past couple of weeks. So I shared in Hustle Hive this morning some pretty big news, which is that I've decided to pause the next round of Career Clarity Camp so that I can focus on growing my one-on-one work with women who are looking to build side hustles in their very first service-based businesses. Now, this has been something that I've been working on for a while, but these past couple of weeks, I've started to feel my own internal whisper in the back of my head. I've been feeling a little bit of resistance when it came to promoting the Career Clarity Camp program, and I was trying to figure out why, because I love this program. It's one of my favorite things to run. Why the heck wasn't I feeling more jazzed about talking to people about it? And instead of ignoring it, which is what I've done in the past and what was my inclination to do because I'm a human, right? I actually sat with it. In the past couple of weeks, I started to ask myself, what is this whisper that's coming up? What is this resistance to talking about this program? What is it all about? What I realized is the piece of my business where I work with clients one-on-one who are looking to start businesses, service-based side hustles, all of that stuff that I mentioned. I love that piece, and I've been wanting to grow that piece for a while. I've been feeling that pull for a while, and yet I felt challenged to do so because I just don't have the time. And as much as I love the Career Clarity Camp program, it takes a lot of time, right? I love it. I love getting to have the collaboration, but it is a very high investment in my energy. And so these past couple of weeks, I've been feeling kind of that tug in my gut that I think is probably familiar to some of you saying, oh my gosh, like I'm feeling pulled to do this other thing and kind of refocus my energy. But do I really want to let this thing go? Do I really want to put it on hold for now? It was a scary feeling and it was a scary decision. And yet ultimately, I had to ask myself, what kind of coach would I be if I tell my clients all day long to trust their gut and to trust that whisper in the back of their head and I didn't do that myself, right? Like that was the real question for me. And so as a result of it, I really tuned in, silenced all the noise and all of the other shoulds and expectations and said, what would I love to have happen here? And what I realized was I wanted to pause the program, not run the larger group, just convert the women who I was already set to be doing that with to do one-on-one work only so that I have more time and flexibility to start focusing more on those clients who are looking to start service-based businesses, start building a group program for them opposed to just working with them one-on-one, and start growing that side of my business. And so as scary as that decision was, as soon as I made it, it felt so right for me. It felt like I knew it was the right choice. I talked to the women who were already signed up, converted them to one-on-one, so we're good. They're not left high and dry. And ultimately, I knew that this was the right thing for me to be doing. And so the reason why I wanted to share this huge personal thing with you that I've been going through these last couple of weeks is to, one, let you know that everyone has the whisper in the back of their heads. And it's always about silencing the noise and starting to listen to it. And two, to share with you some tips on this. Because if you have been feeling that same kind of situation, the same kind of pull of like, I'm between two decisions and I have no idea which one to make, I wanted to share with you one of the questions that I asked myself these last couple of weeks because it is so incredibly helpful. Ultimately, if you're feeling confused, all you're looking for is clarity. And one of the questions that I asked myself that was really helpful to get at that is, what is my best case scenario here? Simple. What is my best case scenario? And if you're feeling tugged in two directions on a decision, I really encourage you ask yourself that because I can guarantee you, for me, it was eye-opening and I can bet for you it will be too. What would I love to have happen here? Because asking yourself that could start to silence all the voices of fear and doubts and the what ifs and instead says, no, what would I love to have happen? What's my best case scenario? How would I want this to work out? And sometimes that can help you, right? Tap into that gut, tap into what you would really rather be doing. And so I wanted to make this really big announcement. I wanted to make this personal share. Please join me in celebrating it because I'm really excited about it. But also, please know that all of us feel this way sometimes, okay? And I wanted to share this question with you for anyone who is going through that same kind of thing. So I encourage you always, always, always ask yourself, what is my best case scenario here and what would I love to have happen? So start with that question for size. Of course, if you have any questions about me, my transition, my big decision I just announced, you can definitely reach out to me individually. I'm happy to talk to you about it. But start with that question yourself, because clarity is something that we are all always pursuing and trying to get more of, okay? So start there, and in the meantime, happy working.